Thursday afternoon here in the States. Nice and cool out. Sunshine is out, but more so cool than anything else, which is cool with me. I enjoy that kind of temperature. Hope everybody's well, everybody's happy, and looking forward to this big game. We know it. Arsenal Liverpool at their place, in their backyard. We all know the history. A lot of really good games between these two teams, a lot of goals, a lot of talking points, a lot of controversy. Um, Two really good managers. We know it. Some world class players, arguably depending on who you ask and what you call world class. Um, I guess the main talking point this season, at this point of the season, between these two teams is um, a lot of people would say really bad defenses, but both have really good attacking talent, attacking flair, guys that can really hurt you. Um, in my opinion, our attack is far more potent, far more effective. I think in the way we play and how we can really dominate teams when we're on our day, as they say. Um, and defensively, I think we're better too. I think if there's some truth to the idea that both teams have some issues defending. I wouldn't say can't defend, and even with us, and people will call me crazy maybe, but I think of late, well, it's a fact of late we've been pretty good defensively. And I'm not going to gloss over moments that we maybe haven't had great defense, and maybe we were just lucky. As recent as the Bournemouth game, if Jermaine Defoe hits that goal, it changes the game just like that. And we may go on to win 4-1, or 3-1, or 5-1, or 6-1, but it has the ability to change that game right then and there. They're at home, the crowd gets behind them, they get some confidence. So we're pretty lucky in that sense, and I've said it before. We deserve a little luck after some of the bad luck we've had in recent games. So I'll take it. But going into this game, we definitely have to bring the improvement that we've made up a notch, even much more. We got to be big in this game. It's at the Emirates, of course, and they'll be ready. They'll be pumped. The fans, the players. I'm assuming the coaching staff, whatever. That whole club will be pumped for this game. They know, just like we know, what we did to them last game, and they know they haven't been able to do really well against us, especially since we've had Klopp here. So. It's a big game. It's a big game. It's the biggest game of the weekend, I believe, and we really just got to show up. Um, I heard what Robbie had to say on Redman TV today, and I'm glad they had him on. I like Robbie a lot. He's a top man, and I'm glad that they added him to their show today. One thing he did say that I didn't really agree with was the pressure, I guess the added pressure that Klopp allegedly has put on him for his remarks in the press conference. Now, maybe I need to look at the press conference again, but I don't really see anything that he said or did that would have put any added pressure. But also, what added pressure could it be? I mean, this is Oxlade-Chamberlain. You know what I mean? He played with Arsenal before. He's playing with Liverpool now. When he made his transfer, it was shortly after we played Arsenal, and we smashed them. He knows he's going to get a crazy reception there. And so there's not much more pressure, I don't think, that he can put on himself and any athlete. And even if there was any added pressure, I think the best athletes thrive on that. And I believe Ox is at a point in his career, in his life, where, a long time ago he made this something he wanted to do, a dream that he's living right now. And of course he knows pressure comes with it. I'm sure he dealt with pressure in youth leagues and things of that nature. So I think that's kind of silly. And any pressure that he has on himself, is more than any pressure he can feel from the fan base there, going back and playing with them. So, we don't know if Klopp's going to start him from the jump or bring him off the bench. Either way, you got to believe Ox will play a part in the game Friday, tomorrow night. And I look forward to him doing really well in that part that he plays. I'm kind of torn with starting. I can't lie, for this game, I would love to see, what's been called the Fab Four, Fantastic Four, or whatever the four. I would love to see them. Mane missing a whole match. I'd like to see him back. He does well against Arsenal. He's done well against Arsenal. Him and Mo Salah together is a headache for any opposing side. I don't care who it is. Barcelona, Real Madrid, Juventus, Roma, whoever it is. I think they are a headache for any opposition. And so the chances you can get them together for big matches, I think, is one you should take. At the same time, I trust in Klopp, and if he chooses not to have them, then that's something I would get behind and still feel like we can beat them. For me, the battle's in the midfield, though. And I know for them, Jack Wilshere's been on, and he's been playing well. I guess he finished his first 90 minutes for the first time since I don't even know how long. He's doing well. I know Jacques is kind of split as far as the fan base, and a lot of people think he should be dropped, and he's fallen off of form. I think Jacques is still a really good player, international, and I think by and large been doing pretty well for Arsenal. He's a good midfielder, I think. But I think the tail of the tape will be the midfield battle. So if Hendo's in there, have him step up. And there was a moment in the game in Bournemouth. I can't remember what point of the game and what the score was. I think it might have been 1-0, still early in the game. There's a moment where Henderson clashes and just like pretty much clatters into one of their players, and he gets called for a foul. No yellow card, but it's stuff like that I like seeing from Hendo, especially as a captain, asserting himself, making his presence known in the best way he can. I mean, he's not a guy who's going to be scoring worldies every game, although he has the potential to do that. Did it against Chelsea last season. But that's not what we know from Henderson, you know what I mean? What we know from Henderson is hard work, running until he can't run anymore, and making really good passes from time to time, and that presence is going to be needed. But the physical part, I want to see more of him. Lots of times against Chelsea, we played Diego Costa. He would come face to face with Diego, and I think even Diego was probably shocked to see that it's this guy Henderson stepping up to me. So we need that from Henderson. I miss seeing that icy stare from him in the tunnel before coming out, where it's just like, nothing's going to throw him off his game. He's ready to fight. He's ready for the battle. I think a lot of that has been missing this season from Henderson. So I want to see that if he starts, which I think he will, and whoever else plays there. Whatever going on with Emery and the contract or whatever, and people not liking Genie necessarily. For me, it doesn't really matter. It shouldn't matter who's in there. Whoever's in there needs to be ready for the fight. I think Arsenal, in my opinion, are very, very close. Well, not close, but I think when it comes to rivalries, they're probably the third. Obviously Everton with the Derby, Man United history of battles between United and us. But I think Arsenal is slowly but surely, if not already, becoming kind of that third rival. Really, really big clash, big game, and Arsenal's going to be up for it. I said it. They're going to be up for it. We need to match that and be even better than that. It'll give us a chance to get a little more breathing space in the top four. Last year coming into these games, we didn't have much fear. We were doing really good against the top teams, and we knew there's a big chance that we can get a victory, if not a draw. Last season we didn't lose to any of the top teams. This season we've lost to Tottenham, we've lost to City. We've somewhat struggled against United and probably should have beat Chelsea, but got a draw with them, and we beat Arsenal. Burnley's up in there. I don't know if they'll finish in being one of the top 6 teams. Definitely not top 4 in my opinion, I don't think. And we drew them. So not the best fortune this season as far as that's concerned, but it's another chance to beat a team in and around that top 6. That, in my opinion, we're just better than. It's simple as that. And it's not even based on the fact that we're in Champions League this year and they're not, which is, it was strange for them for a while because it almost seemed like, I hate to believe that they actually felt this way, but it seemed like they were more so happy with just getting top 4. At least the owners and the manager was. That was their, let's get top 4 no matter where it is, and continue doing that every year, get the Champions League money, stay in the Premier League, of course, and yada, yada, yada. So, but they're missing out, and just in my opinion, we're a better team. People may say they have more world-class players with Ozil and Sanchez, which Ozil has probably been a bit of a surprise. He's come on and been somewhat consistent, especially these last, I guess, few weeks, games for them. Been really well, winning games for them, winning, man of the match, making good decisions, passing the ball, getting involved, playing like he wants to be there. And again, I don't know if that's a situation where kind of like Coutinho, where he's kind of putting on his, kind of, I wouldn't say acting real, but he's kind of, continuing to push his skills so that another team maybe could come in for him. But whatever the reason is, he's doing well for them. So yeah, Giroud will be out, which I think is a big plus for us. I don't know if a lot of people see it that way, but he's really effective for them, and he's done pretty well against us in the past. So that's probably really, really, as much as it hurts them, it's probably really, really good for us. Sanchez has been up and down. He doesn't really seem to be fighting for that shirt like he was. And that's probably obviously because he doesn't want to be there. Like I said, didn't play in the game against us. He didn't start. I think he came on at some point. He'll be ready to be fit and firing and showing that the manager shouldn't be sitting him anytime in the future, especially for these big games. So it's a big heavyweight clash, and both teams, of course, will be wanting to be higher up the table. But we know what the deal is with City, and how they're just kind of running away with this thing, and barring some crazy fall from them, they'll probably continue to to be moving the way they are. But I'm excited about it. I'm excited about it. I'm excited about another chance for us to play and getting a good result, and then going into Swansea with the issues that they have, and continuing to upset them and their fan base. So, but first things first, we got Arsenal tomorrow night. Let's do it. Let's just go out and do it. Let's go out there and continue to prove that we are a good team. Continue to put to bed the idea that we can't defend, and that we can do that consistently against quote unquote top teams, good teams, if you will. Whether you think Arsenal's a top team or not, they're in that top 6. So I'm going to put them in that list for a team that's fighting to potentially get, one of those 2 last spots, assuming Man United don't drop a little further down. So yeah, I can't wait. I wish it was today, and I was going to wait till tomorrow to do like a build up with the starting 11 and everything. But I'm itching for this game, man. I cannot wait. 2:45, I think, stateside. But yeah, it's a big one. It's a big one, and we just need to continue to do what we do. Again, no matter who's playing out there, no matter who's on the bench, everybody needs to be ready, fit, and fine for this game. Not looking to see any let-offs from Bournemouth, really. And we know Arsenal's going to play open football, so that works for us. The idea is as open as we'll be, as well as who can really kind of solidify a presence defensively and keep the other team from attacking. We seem to be able to do that against them last time, so hopefully it's a repeat of that, although it'll be on their ground. So yeah, can't wait. Can't wait to see you guys again too. We will be back tomorrow for the build-up, start 11 confirmations, and then halftime, and then post-game. So I will see you guys then.